Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide. These writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
Welcome to Bjorn's armor, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, hope to see you again.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Go on, have a look. Many thanks.
Why, you there? Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
It was a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Ah, did it pertain to the Queen Regent and an important personage, perchance?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Succor in these troubled times.
I cannot guide us to this task's completion, as we lack aught that we require for it.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your majesty, I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard. A minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's Dorchester, from the pains he took to remain on scene. 'Tis plain that Allard wished this. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
We're off to Vernworth Palace, then.
Suppose you're all right.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new...
Apart from my joints, I've naught to complain of.
I can't help but feel I've wasted my time.
It would seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. I dare not enter the palace, but I would fain escort you to the castle. Entrance.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Pawns aren't permitted entry to the palace, but I would see you to the entrance, if I may. Over here, if you please.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
We could pick some now and use them when...
Here we are.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Sooner stay out of battle where possible.
'Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Have you heard the news? Recruits are to be sent out to Melve. Melve, I say. I'm not sure.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
Business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour.
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter.
Oh, perhaps the boy has finally grown
My lord.
Oh, unring your hat, as if anyone in this palace would dare. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of...
Indeed. But that, Your Grace...
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there?
Just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal. A land, let me see. It reads, "True to pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not, though the political situation is stable at present. Much blood has been spilled. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot, can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take...
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in...
As a reward for Your Majesty, you will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that Your Majesty return once you've procured...
Sometimes I wonder if I could barely drag my arse out of bed.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
I'll take any chance not to think on
Bloody Scott to ride away in afternoon.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
I fancy a kip. But not at the expense of my youth.
Getting proper rest.
Our adventure continues.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Wonder if anyone would notice if I'm mistraining.
If I see that rat again, I'll gut him myself.
Interested in my wares?
Master! Sorry! This bow is as good as flameproof.
Go!
Over so soon? Why, I would seem to have come through unscathed.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
No easy thing.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Need anything?
Stop by again soon.
Well met, son. How might I be of... Welcome to Bjorn's Armor, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price... Just remember... Misers die early death. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
There are few things...
Welcome. And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just hope to see you again.
Come on, have a look.
Another day,
You dare!
Take that!
Be proud of.
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once. That's quite enough.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all...
How are we to fight with such worn-out gear?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all...
While we're here,
As a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Fine wares all...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim. Aught shall change, if your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to. Your majesty, that attire, it may be unsuitable. 'Tis a formal affair, you see. I apologize for my brusqueness. But pray, seek out proper raiment. I shall await you here in the meantime. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to... There is much we ought to tend to. Or shall change once we've... If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to... Your majesty, that attire, it... I apologize for my brusqueness. But pray, seek out... Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to...
Fancy a look at my wares? Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember... Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
You're here, eh? Need anything? I enjoy this work. Keeps me on my toes. Stop by again soon.
Fancy a look at my wares? At your neck. What should I get up? I more time than I know how to spend it.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
There's comfort in the hunt.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most. If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later. battle today.
It is our
Gotta
duty
get to work.
to see this peace protected.
Sometimes this is the only
Will someone do aught about this?
A lonely palace, but not without its charm.
I don't know what to do.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance, you see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself. Might I impose on you to search for...
Let us begin by gathering information.
I knew it to be so.
Let us speak with everyone we can think of who might know aught of use. I can guide you to the place, Arisen, or thereabouts.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
A moment's prayer can do a world.
Pray, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance of our getting lost.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together. But I wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults.
Where could Malcolm have gotten off to? Perhaps you could try asking the other children.
You don't look like much.
Have we met?
Farming might look like simple work, but
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery.
Have you need of me?
Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
Our results are awaited. What say we make our report? Vault, eh?
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
Vaults, you say? By mine. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? And perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up.
Here. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks... Let us make haste.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boats.
You too? I'm glad I'm not the only one. At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now...
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. It's books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort...
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind, lest we get separated.
'Tis as you say.
Oh, apologies, Master. My mind was 1,000 leagues away.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing?
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This Might I ask that you not share the existence of... We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our...
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come... Let's investigate this place's secrets together.
Tis quite a collection of tomes. I'm sure I'd be seeing stars were I the scholarly sort.
I quite agree.
The fiend unknown is the most perilous.
Pray speak up, should you notice aught amiss.
This place is
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them?
Oh! I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
I don't know what to do.
Life's been pretty kind to me.
I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Greetings. You seek guidance, do you not? You have lost sight of you need only make a worthy offering in exchange. I have seen your path. May these words guide you. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Near enough of whiskers.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
anyway.
Assess the hill, then act accordingly.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosity? Oh, to think such a place guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way.
Master, pray, let me know beforehand if we are to meet somewhere different.
Our party is reunited. Surely we can ask for no more than that.
This should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Well, this simplifies things. Our task is nearly done.
I only hope the recipient is pleased with our work.
Right you are.
You!
It seems we already possess what's required of us.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your majesty, it seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely mayhap it would be prudent. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this.
Outstanding.
'Tis moments such as these that make an adventure worth...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim as a true arisen. Do not forget that we work to...
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Take a better mind than mine to solve this.
All this patrolling does a number on my
Conson it all.
Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
Now here's a welcome sight.
Any chance to be alone is a welcome. Couldn't hurt to rest my feet a moment.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this.
Do with a decent supper.
From bad to worse. Lots to do. And precious little time.
I'd swear I've not blinked once in this cab.
Don't think you're safe, just one found its way inside the common quarter. You could say 'twas an ill twist. I wonder if building a nice, high wall... I'm not much of a talker. Or you, neither me.
I'm a tad preoccupied just now. All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
What was I supposed to do? I've clean forgotten.
I might stay a while.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
when does my watch end? I've clean forgotten. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Some other time, maybe.
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
Stay here with it. Anyhow. I'm a tad I've no time for you now. Leave me be.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Aye, got some coin to spare your What would you of me? I'll have no...
Fine spirits?
You're always such fun to talk to.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead.
So I've learned. I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
You!
Mate.
You! You!
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. You!
You seem in fine spirits.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
You!
And should my story entertain you, no, even if it shouldn't.
You!
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mate.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no
I could do with a few more hours.
What should I get up?
I've had nightmares here. Another month. Not worry very much. I'll pour up his eyes.
Lots to do. Lots to do. Precious little time.
Suppose I could enjoy... Quite a predicament.
Interested in my wares? Interested in my wares? Pleasure doing business.
We meet again.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell a
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know.
Not all chests contain treasure, you know.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
I welcome rumors of any sort, my friend.
need me at the Vanguard? Say no more.
Break the law is to be thrown in jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then we'd best keep some coin on hand to ease our potential warders' suffering, and make them an ally to our cause.
They'll wish they'd helped when all I serve is gruel.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Oh, stomach's complaining.
I've no need of
I'll
mine.
have an early supper. Got to earn lots of gold I can while I'm here.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Always another errand to see to.
I'm nodding off where I stand.
Perhaps a stroll through town. See what I can find.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Car doesn't fill up like it used to.
All the best tales come from travelers. Mayhap I'll treat myself to a tipple before bed.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Don't be daft.
I could use a bit of peace and quiet.
All this worrying is giving me a nicky
So tight. I kept just about any. Somehow my period tend to scratch on my arms and armor.
A well-organized pack is my speciality. I'll see to...
Any one of these fine pieces.
Times are hard.
Work as late as I used to anymore.
You seem in fine spirits.
Huh. You!
Haste makes waste, as they say.
to sleep.
Anything for you, Arisen. Off I go.
You! Huh. You!
I won't stand for this!
Where are you off to?
I've got to focus.
You!
I'm in fine.
There's no hope to stand where'er I turn.
I'm not going to take that from you.
Oh,
This is
dear.
enough to break
What am I
anyone's
to do?
spirit, this.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Watching me.
This is my favourite place in all the town.
I ought to turn in for the night.
Ho there. Fair.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles. This is my sort of place. The more the merrier.
You!
Why are you doing this?
Not a chance.
You!
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious, no? Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over. Now you found me. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with then.
Five batches are at your disposal.
I know you're made of sterner stuff than that.
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, we will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait. If all catches your eye.
Yes, sir!
Ugh.
Visit the tavern at night.
It'll do you no good letting me rot in here, you know.
No idle chatter during missions.
Leave this area to...
We shall see how old you are.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
No easy answers here.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
This looks as good a... place as any.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
The rules at your leisure. We're done for.
This is too much.
Or to head home, before I get an earful.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Ah, yes. Regarding your pursuer from some days past, as we suspected. When he learnt of your Majesty's escape, he began inquiring after your movements. 'Tis a glad thing we captured him. As to how he learned your Majesty's location with such ease, I intend to extract the answers from him, and I shall be sure to inform you when I do. Pray, take this. 'Tis a...
So, someone saw fit to monitor you all the way over in Batal. I suppose that means you're famous, Master.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as, "Answer my riddle," did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off left off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as answer my riddle, did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to...
I've just remembered. There was another matter we were to attend to hereabouts. Was there not?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off left off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as answer my riddle, did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Each new day is a chance to turn a profit.
Oh, good to see everyone in such nightmares. My head hurts just thinking about it.
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
I might nod off if I'm not careful.
I swear I've never slept better.
I just about had my fill of this ruckus.
I might nod off if I'm not careful.
Places such as this nourish the spirit. Always in my There's got to be something fun to do. Has the spirit of a woman half my age.
Tranquil places such as this.
Come down on let down your hair now and then. To be aware to earn more coin.
Swapping stories is one of life's great pleasures.
Tad rowdy.
I'm glad we stayed here
I'm not
forever.
getting in anyone's way.
Where was I bound again?
I ought to turn in for the night.
Want to try to enjoy life wearing when I can.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
I'll have nightmares if I let myself worry over my shrink away this place.
Fancy a little more wares?
Turn in for the night.
Swapping stories is one of life's great pleasures.
All right.
It gladdens the heart to see so many smiles about. I keep my prices as fair as I can afford.
Wish I could go on an adventure. What do you think? Does this suit me? Did you want something? I've somewhere to be. How to spend the day? One day I'm going to
Gather round. Treat your ears to it.
Hard to make ends meet these days.
Gather round.
I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. But it's clear this storytelling's got little to do with his wealth. So where's he get his coin then? Makes a man wonder, it does. Could be he's involved in something untoward.
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you. Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed to stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Apart from my joints,
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in town.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Lots to be taken care of before the day's done.
I could do with a few more hours.
All even just tire me out.
All this worrying isn't
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
There's all sorts to do round here.
Rain or shine, I'll make the best of it.
It's been a hard
Not
day.
sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
Dead on my feet.
All this hustle and bustle puts me right at home.
I swear I've
Now,
never slept better.
who to talk with first?
I could use a bit of peace and quiet.
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in
I
town.
suppose that's enough for one day.
To each their own, as they say.
That's up to price hunting for one day.
I'll have an early supper. Suppose I can
Tad
finish it
rowdy,
tomorrow.
but I shan't complain.
I look to turn in for the night.
I've just about had my fill of this rucking hard, but want to try to enjoy it.
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Dead on my feet. Where are you off to?
Stay here forever if I could.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears.
Here to ask aught of me, are you? Monsters and bandits are a plague upon...
Oh, I can't complain, really.
Need someone to talk to? Need someone to talk to?
What do you think? Does this suit me? One day, I'm going to have proper raiment.
Oh, I can't complain, really.
The hours seem to fly today. I can't wait to see what the day holds.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Tranquil places such as this. They say the Sovereign was bathed in the dragon's fell flame. Such a this, and yet he draws breath. What surer sign could there be that he is our ruler true? I do hope his majesty shall recover soon. Mayhap he'll walk among the people, that we might thank him for his deeds. No harm can come of a bit of kindness, I always say.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Something fun to do.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your focus apply. to this...
Hard to make ends meet these days. Turn in for the night.
My bed.
Places such as this nourish the spirit.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your...
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
And should my story entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly...
I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. But it's clear this storytelling's got... So where's he get his coin, then? Makes a man wonder, it does.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shaking legs did he approach, the better to know. Yet he did not get near, for afore him stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. For truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain. Should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among you can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Birkin, which lives on to this day.
What delights might there be to find in town today?
Say, weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
So many choices. Glad I don't have to make them.
Lots to do, and precious little time.
Nodded off for a moment there.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Of course, no one would bother with a wretch like me.
My head hurts just thinking about it. My head hurts just thinking about it.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
Something smells divine.
Time to be heading home.
I don't feel safe here.
Ingredients are plentiful. Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit. Yet e'er since he came...
I understand how you must... There is no medicine. I am caring for him. However, mayhap convalescing...
Home, you...
Dear, we are...
All right, he's staying.
I will look after him.
Pray this harvest is a plentiful one.
Barely dragged my arse out of bed.
At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
A treasure chest! I can hardly wait to open it.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
Mayhap I ought to be getting home. Go on, have a look.
All that fuss and nary a coin to show for it. Must have taken
What
all
about
this
you
time.
seems familiar.
The more the merrier.
Do be quick, I fear my time is in...
Is it true you're the Arisen? Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being there. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The Arisen takes the crown here and befell a Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Anything's better than this.
Nobles do nothing. Come to sweet meats and ale.
It smells good, at least. That's a start.
All this worrying's giving me a leaky bum.
My bed fits. Only sharp as
Walk into peril unprepared.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate...
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
Take this. 'Tis something I found. I wanted you to have it.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Whatever it is, I'll have to hear it another time.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
I always draw
We ask but a few coin for your entertainment. I'm frightfully busy.
What's your business with me, Cos?
Got a hankering for anything in particular?
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Sets my thoughts.
Gazing upon the sea makes me feel rather strange.
I see no reason to approach, lest we keep our distance.
You don't need a permit to get into Batal.
Just hide in the back of an ox cart, aye? It works. Mind, you've got to avoid the guard's line of sight. But it's easy enough. I should know. I've done it.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
My greens are...
Suppose I can finish it tomorrow. I'd sooner be home.
Abilities here. I wonder what rumors the morrow has in store.
I'm ill at ease here.
Jimmy, I'd swear it.
It's been a hard day.
Nary a tale to
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
My legs are fair numb from walking about town.
I don't feel safe.
Lots to do. I'll make it pretty fine.
Think about what's
Just be sure you mind your manners.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers, and I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world of ours is best met with stiff drinks. Impressive.
This ain't my problem.
I sleep on my woes. They'll go away.
What should I get?
Mustn't go.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
Go on, have a look. I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
It seems so dull when there's nothing doing.
Now this is a conundrum.
It seems naught
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Just be sure you mind your manners.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome... pleasure doing business with...
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Bad luck, sir. Best nab a wink at the inn and come round again on the morrow.
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
As I understand it, the pay of a jailer is miserable for all their toil.
I don't tell of a bet. So where's he get his coin then? Makes a man.
Oh, there's something written.
Need anything?
Whatever's to be done.
Always another errand to see to.
Perhaps I'll just
stroll through town. See what I can find.
Got to make room for my next ship.
Suppose I ought to check the wheels before we depart.
Mayhap, if I hang about, someone will buy it.
Might head to market. I need a
Let's see. Where to next?
Got to make room for my next ship.
Mayhap, if I hang about, someone will buy it.
Some might find cleaning tedious.
Perhaps a stroll through town. See what I can find.
A tad rowdy, but I shan't complain.
Dead on my feet. Got much to do yet.
memory serves, there is another place we were to visit not far from here.
So many choices. Glad I don't have to make them.
Good heavens, the pantry is
Another
crawling with
day,
rats.
another adventure.
Got to make room for my next shipment.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
I'm going to go exploring.
Isn't it early for a rest
Stop
yet?
and have a look. I've wares of every ilk. I do like it here, but it can get very dull.
I'm unsure how best to proceed.
Need anything?
Wait till we finish the day holds.
So, we meet again.
Living's hard, but I like to come here when I need a minute.
Must hold out till someone comes to relieve me.
Boots laced, belt strapped. I'm ready for patrol.
Not to look forward to, but a long day of work.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Boots laced, belt strapped. I'm ready for patrol.
Now here's a welcome sight.
Gdzie zwój?
Mayhap I'll set out on my own adventure someday.
All the others made it. Why's my luck so rotten?
Какой именно звук?
I've been on my feet. I'd sooner stay out of the battle. Where it's
Laced, strapped. I'm ready for patrol.
I've been loose, Commander. What should I get up to today? Let me stay a while.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
To accept life as its ups and downs.
Come to think of it, was that so of Lou?
Как-то все тихо.
Ну, вот так, без музыки, тут так тихо.
Игра тихая.
How are we to fight with such worn-out gear?
Haste makes waste, as they say.
I'm in fine.
I shall gladly aid you if 'tis within my power.
I've got something for you.
С настройкой микрофона перемудрил, он проглатывает твои слова.
У меня вообще микрофона нет тупо на джойстике. Я с плойки 5 прям стримлю. Просто забыл выключить микрофон.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Townspeople, this place is awful dull.
What's life without
too early for dinner.
It is quiet about.
I wish I was someone to talk.
I have no issue falling asleep.
My temporary master was a bloodthirsty one. Ready to... It's dark out, but we mustn't let that dim our spirits.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigor.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
My body's not forgiving me for last night's scuffle.
Everybody's way. When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
I've just remembered. There was another matter we were to attend to hereabouts. Was there not?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Or so I've learned.
You'll pass me by, just like all the rest. Still a while to go before my shift's over.
There's ought to be said for peace and quiet.
Such quiet, Jesus. Let's see.
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow. All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
I want to talk to you.
Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
My body's not forgiving me for last night's scuffle. Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
Sure, permit myself but a moment's rest.
I'd sooner stay out.
hoping there'll be no trouble today.
Just remember, I've somewhere to be.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
My pack feels as light as air.
Hi, sir. What I can do for you? What? You mean to say my Albert's a noble and has only been pretending to be a beggar? Earning a living in the slums isn't easy, but Albert and I, we promised each other we'd try our hardest to make ends meet. And you're saying 'tis all a lie? I don't want to believe such madness, but pray, tell me where you found them. I must see this for myself.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Can't remember the last time my pockets jingled.
Time to be heading home.
Of course, no one is bothered with a wretch like me.
I've somewhere to be. Says my thoughts down dark paths, this place. I don't like it.
I don't know what to do.
I want to go home.
Getting proper rest is an important duty.
I've a feeling for...
There are worse things than turning in early, I must say.
All my days were so tranquil.
Beg pardon, sir, but have you any information about what happened here? A couple. Poor Albert was stabbed from behind, and Selena, by all appearances, and I can't fathom it. I knew the both of them. One witness claims Selena was turned away from a noble's...
This outcome was unknown to me. I had not thought it possible.
Unbelievable.
Clean and tidy. What else needs doing?
Wouldn't say no daughter.
Mayhap if I hang about, someone will buy it.
Peruse at your leisure.
I cannot guide us to this task's completion, as we lack...
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim, do not forget that we work to...
So, we meet again. Oh dear.
Greetings. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply...
Have you found any of the items we... This...
discussed perchance.